In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on getting some quick and easy traffic via Twitter. Now, Twitter is an incredibly important and powerful social media network, and it's one of the largest on the net. It has approximately 316 million monthly active users, and it has about 1 billion registered users. So, as you can see, it is quite extensive. And if one of your tweets gets retweeted by a prominent user and starts trending, then you could get more traffic than you know what to do with, which isn't a bad problem to have. One way to make sure that you get lots of mentions on Twitter is to make sure that your site has a follow us on Twitter button. Or better yet, you can add a Twitter feed to your website. And not only does this make it easy for people to follow you if they want to, but you're also going to be giving them a little taster of the kind of content they can expect if they do follow you. And of course, having a Twitter feed on your website has the added bonus of keeping your website looking active by filling it with new content. So every time you send a tweet on Twitter, it automatically updates your website. A really simple way of accomplishing this is to use the WP Twitter Feeds plugin, which you can install from the WordPress dashboard. And what it does is it basically installs a widget which you can put in the sidebar of your blog, and every time you update your Twitter feed or every time one of the Twitter feeds that you're following gets updated, then it'll automatically update your website as well, and it does save you a lot of time and hassle. You can install it from within the WordPress dashboard, or you can come here to wordpress.org and then do a search for WP Twitter feeds and then just install it in the usual way. You also want to make it easy for people to tweet about your site or your blog, and a good way to do that is to install the Shareaholic Share Buttons plugin on your WordPress blog. And again, you can install this from within the WordPress dashboard, or you can come to wordpress.org and then simply do a search, or go to wordpress.org/plugins/Shareaholic. You should tweet regularly to Twitter, and your tweets should be interesting and they should tie in to your blog content. And you should include a link back to the post. A lot of people say that you should use link shorteners when you're tweeting on Twitter, but when you want to get people to link back to your website, you want to include the full URL to help you with your SEO, because that will count as a full link. Now, don't make your tweets salesy. You want to make sure that they have a lot of good, useful information for your Twitter followers, because that way they're more likely to get retweeted. So, what do I mean? Well, let's say you have a weight loss blog where you review different weight loss products and then sell them as an affiliate. Let's look at a bad example of a bad tweet. You could say something like, "Get ready for summer with this cool diet aid," and then you've got the URL, #supplements, #fitness, #fat burning. Well, that's very salesy, and people know that if they click on the link and go to your blog, they're just going to get a sales pitch, something that they don't really want. People don't like to be sold to. They like to have information so that they can make an informed decision, but something that's a blatant sales pitch is going to get ignored. So how can you change that? Well, let's take a look at this other example here. You could tweet something like, "This could certainly help me lose my spare tire if this works on humans." And then the URL, #supplements, #fitness, #fat burning. Well, that invokes people's curiosity. People are going to think, if what works on humans? And they might be more inclined to click the article link just out of curiosity, and then they can read the article, and it should be an informative article, not a sales page, and then they may well buy the affiliate product. Another way to get traffic is to retweet tweets from other users that are relevant to your niche, because then that keeps your Twitter feed full of lots of different information. And of course, if you retweet people's tweets, they may well reciprocate and retweet your tweets. Something else that you can do is to use automated tools to keep your Twitter feed active. Now, one way you can really save time when you're updating Twitter is to automate it using a service like Buffer. And what Buffer does is it lets you write a whole bunch of tweets in one go. So whenever you have the time, you can sit down and you can write a whole bunch of tweets ahead of time. And then Buffer will schedule them to be tweeted to your Twitter account at predefined intervals. So you don't have to do your Twitter tweeting in the here and now. You can actually plan it ahead of time and then slowly have the tweets posted automatically so that you don't have to devote a lot of time to Twitter. You can sort of schedule your time much more efficiently. And you can find out more about it at buffer.com. Bear in mind that Twitter works best and generates the most traffic when it's used in conjunction with other social media as part of a larger campaign. In this video, I want to give you an overview about how you go about getting free traffic via Instagram and Pinterest. Now let's talk about Instagram. Instagram is a social network that revolves around pictures. And it's about being personal and keeping people up to date with your activities. And it uses hashtags in a similar way to Twitter. Now let's look at Pinterest. With Pinterest, you create mood boards from a collection of images. And you can share these boards with the world, or you can keep them private. There are a number of similarities between the two applications. First of all, they're both smartphone apps. They both revolve around images. They both can be used to drive traffic to your site for free. They're both good for businesses that focus on the visual or creative side of the web. They're both more popular with women than they are with men. And they're both more for building your brand rather than from direct sales, although you can make some direct sales from Pinterest. Okay, let's talk about Instagram. Instagram is all about sharing pictures, so it's imperative that you learn how to take good photos. Because if you take lousy pictures, it's going to give a lousy impression and people are going to think that you have a lousy site, that you offer a lousy service, or you sell a lousy product. So you want to learn how to take good photos before you start using Instagram. Now, the objective on Instagram is to allow your fans and followers a glimpse into your lifestyle so that they can feel like they know you. And this will build your brand loyalty and your authority. And it's going to make you more likable. And that's going to increase the chance that someone will visit your website through curiosity and ultimately buy something from you. And while the objective here is to provide an honest insight into your lifestyle, though, remember that you also want to appear to be knowledgeable. And if you're promoting a certain lifestyle or a product, then you want to imply that this actually works. Now, Pinterest works in a slightly different way insofar as you're going to use your images together rather than separately. And a lot of people will use Pinterest primarily for researching ideas and getting inspiration. So if they enjoy interior design, graphic design, fashion or fitness, it's likely that they'll have lots of boards relating to that topic. What's more, they'll probably be following some other boards created by big brands in those areas. Now, of course, your objective is to be one of those brands that people follow. And this is a prime opportunity to show off your products, your services, and your website. You shouldn't be too salesy on Pinterest. Like with Instagram, you want to arouse people's curiosity. And you want to vary the types of images and materials that you post on your Pinterest board. Now, there are some key things that you should do on both platforms. First of all, you should post regularly and make sure that you keep posting on a regular basis. You don't want to allow these to go dead. You want to use hashtags wisely, especially on Instagram. It uses the same type of hashtags as they do on Twitter. You want to interact with other users. After all, they are both social networks, and getting people to visit either your Instagram feed or your Pinterest boards has a lot to do with how popular you are on the site, how you put yourself out there. You want a link to your website from both Pinterest and Instagram. And you also want to cross-pollinate with other social media. So, for example, especially with Instagram, seeing as they use the same type of hashtags as Twitter, you could tweet a picture that you've just posted on Instagram, that sort of thing. And you also want to make it easy for other people to share your content. Now, we've only had time to scratch the surface about Instagram and Pinterest in this video. They are both quite complicated platforms, but there are lots of tutorials out there that can help you find out more information. And if you just do a search in Google, you'll find that there's lots of different sites devoted to talking about Instagram and Pinterest, lots of blogs that have useful tips and that sort of thing. So there you go. This is how you can get some traffic via Instagram and Pinterest. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 steps to getting free traffic via guest posting. Now, what is guest posting? Well, guest posting means posting an article on someone else's blog for free in return for a link back to your own blog. And it's a win-win situation for you both. You get exposure and free traffic, and they get content that they don't have to write. So you can see, as I said, it's win-win for both parties. Another great thing about guest posting is it allows you to be associated with an authority in your niche. Because the blog owner is letting you have space on their blog, they're giving you a tacit endorsement, and this can greatly enhance your credibility. Now, how do you guest post effectively? Well, as I said, there are 5 steps to the process. Now, step number 1 is to find authority blogs in your niche. So you want to do a search in Google or other search engines for your niche and then blog. And you want to look at the ones on the first page of the search results. And you want to see how they rank. You want to look at things like their Google rank, their Alexa rank, the number of backlinks, and so on. And you want to draw up a short list of the top 10 blogs that you want to target, and you want to subscribe to them. Okay, step 2 is you want to read the blogs. So you want to read everything that they've got on the site. You want to go back to the earliest post possible, and you want to look at what's being covered. You also want to look for what's not being covered, because obviously these are the sort of subjects that you're going to want to suggest to the blog owner. You also want to look at the writing style, because obviously they'll want your article, your post, to fit in with the general overall style of their website. So you want to look at the word count. You want to see how long these articles are on their blog. You want to look at the spelling. Is it US English or British English? You want to look at the punctuation. You also want to look at the writing style. Is it a more formal style or is it an informal style of writing? Okay, step number 3 is to practice. You want to write a few practice articles in a style that will fit in with each blog that you intend to target. And you want to try rewriting the article in different styles until you're confident, so that if it doesn't get accepted by one blog, you can try and submit it to another blog. Then you want to approach blog owners. You want to email them either directly or via their contact form, and you want to compliment them on having such an informative blog. Ask them if they accept guest postings and suggest you have some articles that they might be interested in. Tell them that they can have them for free in return for a brief bio, that's a brief biography, and a link back to your site. One thing that you should not do, though, is to send articles unsolicited. Make sure that they do accept guest postings and that they would be interested in hearing from you. If you send them unsolicited, 2 things are going to happen. First of all, 9 out of 10 times they're going to be deleted, but also sometimes they might get published and you don't know about it. So you want to make sure that you keep tabs on where your articles are being published on which blogs. Now, here's a tip. Contact the blog owner at the bottom of your list first. So if you draw up a list of, say, 10 blogs, start with number 10 and work your way up to number 1. The reason for doing this is that when you first start approaching blog owners, chances are they're not going to publish your articles. They're going to reject them. Well, you can find out why, and you can tweak your approach, you can tweak your blog articles and that sort of thing, and then learn from that experience and move up to the next one. And so by the time you actually get to the person at the top of your list, you stand a much higher chance of being accepted because you've got the experience of submitting them to other blogs. Okay, step number 5 is to send the article. So once the blog owner has said, yes, I accept guest postings, send something to me, send them the article then. You want to make sure that it's not been posted on any other blog before, because if it's duplicate content, it will get penalized. And if it does get accepted, then don't publish it on any other blog, including your own. And if the owner rejects the article, then find out why. Ask for some constructive criticism or feedback from the owner. Now, if the owner does publish the article, first of all, you want to thank them. You also want to share details about the article and about the blog that you're posting it on social media. So write something about it on your Facebook page, tweet it to your Twitter followers, and so on. You also want to stick around to answer any comments that there may be on the article. And you can also offer to reciprocate and publish an article on your own blog. So there you go, 5 steps to getting free traffic via guest posting. Want to get some fast, free forum traffic? Well, I'm going to show you how in this video. Now, forum traffic has several advantages. First of all, it's targeted because only people who are interested in your niche are going to go to the forum and read the posts and see your link. It's authority traffic, and it provides you with a backlink which can help with SEO or search engine optimization. Now, let me give you an example of this in action. I've come here to the Warrior Forum, which is warriorforum.com, and this is a forum for internet marketing. And you can see, if I scroll down, that lots of people have got clickable links in their signature file. Down a bit further, you can see all these different people. Some just had the links, some have other stuff written next to it here, and so on. Let me go a bit further down. You can see lots of different people here. And so on. And some have different typefaces and that sort of thing to make it stand out better. And also, like if you look at this guy here, he's also got, this isn't a clickable link, but he's got a copy and paste link to his site here. And if I click on his profile here and then go through to where it says contact info, you can see also there's a link to his homepage. So he's got several incoming links to different websites from this particular forum site. So there are several options for him to get traffic from this particular site. Now, some forum sites insist that you be a member for a certain length of time, have a certain number of posts, or that you be a fully paid up member before you can have a clickable link in your SIG. But it is worth doing. Now, here's a few tips when it comes to getting traffic via forum. First of all, you want to post something useful. Post some useful information and get some likes before adding your SIG. And don't make your SIG look like an advertisement. Lots of people say you should make it look like a want ad, but quite frankly, that just simply puts people off. And there must be some gain to the reader for clicking on your SIG. That could be satisfied curiosity, or it could be a giveaway. Both those tactics work. And of course, you should always check the forum rules when it comes to signature files, because they do vary from forum to forum, and if you fall foul of them, you might find yourself banned from the forum. And don't expect a lot of traffic from forums, but the forum traffic that you get will be very beneficial and it will be targeted. So there you go, a brief overview to getting fast, free forum traffic. In this video, I'm going to give you some tips on getting quick and easy traffic via Facebook. Now, lots of people think that the only way you can get traffic from Facebook is to pay for it via Facebook advertising, but that's not necessarily the case. While it's true that Facebook won't get you as much free traffic today as it would have done a few years ago, there are some key ways that you can still use Facebook to get traffic for free. And the first way is to, first of all, make your Facebook page appealing. You want to make your images big. Facebook is a visible medium, so you want to have something interesting for visitors to look at. So we're talking about things like photos, memes, infographics, that sort of thing. And secondly, you want to keep your updates short. So you want to use teasers to get people to visit your website or blog through curiosity. And you also want to make it easy for people to share your content on Facebook. So you want to have a Like This on Facebook plugin on your website or blog. And you want to ask people to share your content. If they've found it useful, informative, or entertaining, chances are other people will too, so they'll be more likely to share it. If you have a WordPress blog, then one way to get more likes on Facebook is to install the Shareaholic plugin, which you can do from within the WordPress dashboard, or you can come here to wordpress.org/plugins/Shareaholic. And what this does is it puts the social media sharing buttons for Facebook as well as for Twitter and some other social media sites onto your site automatically, and people can then just simply click on the button to like your site. You should also update your page regularly, because the more active you are, the more regularly people will visit your page. And the more they visit your Facebook page, the more inclined they will be to visit your website or your blog. So a good way to engage with your audience is to ask questions. Questions regularly evoke a response, don't they? Getting interaction from your fans will raise your profile and get more likes. And what you should do is tie the questions in to your blog content. You also want to add links to your website, and you want to add these links from different places on Facebook. So you want to add some links to your web page from your About page on Facebook, from the milestones, and from photos that you post on Facebook. And you want to link different parts of your site or blog to these different places in Facebook, so they're not the same link being replicated over and over again. Because every link to your site from Facebook is going to boost your SEO or search engine optimization. So it's going to make your site more attractive to search engines like Google. Another good way to get traffic is to embed a video. You can make a short video and post it up on Vimeo, Vine, or YouTube, and then embed it into your Facebook page. So you could tie into an article on your blog with your video, and then have a call to action for people to visit your site at the end. So people watch the video, which is about the article that's on your blog, and then they can simply go to your blog to read more about it. You could also trawl Facebook looking for people who need your help. Now, sometimes people will mention that they're looking for this or that. So do a keyword search from time to time and then refer them to your site for a solution. And a good way to find these people is to look in Facebook groups related to your niche. Now, this can be quite time consuming, but of course it is going to tie in directly to your site. So it is going to get some direct traffic from people that you'll know have a genuine want or need for your product or service. So there we go. Some quick and easy ways to get Facebook traffic.